Alright folks, the Pz.Kpfw 38K Premium Tier 5 German medium tank. It is practically the Krupp 38D already in Blitz. So basically a Hetzer-esque of a body on a 38T suspension mounting a Panzer III turret with a 75mm. It's actually the difference of the gun barrel for both versions of the game. So this is the KWK-40 L43, the same gun that's on the Panzer IV F2, this gun right here, and the Panzer III K. But this gun is actually the L48, the same gun that's on the Panzer IV H. So slight difference in the barrel length, but that's that gun right here. So iconic. And this vehicle doesn't have the chimney of a cupola on top. It's more like the Stug 3 or Stug 4. But it's not a bad looking vehicle. It is kind of well-deserved reward candidate. So like with the F2, they'll likely remove the premium status and put it as a special tank at tier 5. But I wouldn't mind it. Girls on Panzer crew doesn't mind it. I'll have a fun time. And this thing actually has about 22 horsepower per ton ratio. So relatively fast with a decent gun too. But yeah, there's actually a lot of tier 5 premium and special German medium tanks. The number of German mediums as premium rivals the number of premium heavies for the Russians. There's a bunch, so I wouldn't mind it. Also with the light tanks and the heavy tanks now for the Germans, having anime crew, I don't mind it, but yeah, well-deserved reward has veered off from legacy vehicles like the Hellcat, like the T50-2 or even the KV-1S in a sense, but yeah, these vehicles are just whatever now, so give us back the little Bert, the FE204. They won't give us that back. That's way too toxic nowadays, but they won't. So not a bad vehicle. I mean, it's a tier 5, so you'll have fun, especially with larger engine power for this vehicle. 22.8 horsepower per ton ratio is crazy. So we'll get to the stats, but what's also funny, like I mentioned, is the Germans have a lot of premium tanks for medium, but they don't have a premium medium Panther tank at tier 6, whereas the Polish, the French, and the Russians even get a stock Panther tank at tier 6 as a premium. They don't have it for the Germans for some reason. Like on the Russian server, they are giving out tier 6 premium Russian version of a Panther tank for anniversary gift. We got the Strasser V4 as a tier 3. They get a tier 6 premium. We get a tier 3. Oh god. Yeah, this is mine. I don't play the Russian server. This is my vehicle. This is the gift. They also gave me a KV-1S. A KV-1 shielded technically, but what the hell is 752? Oh, this is for their Watt Plus program. You don't get the TS54, you get this vehicle for some reason, but like I said, they got a tier 6 premium out of it than our Strasser V4. Whatever. So let's take a look at the main stats. It is the about the same average penetration for the KWK-48 L48, but actually 5 more millimeters of pin and better APCR round. Usually it's about 150 or so. Less alpha by 10, but that's fine. So you get better pen and less alpha for this gun. So compare this to actually the same gun, but yeah, better pen, less alpha. Gold shell is also better. Yeah, 158 compared to 170. High explosive is the same, but yeah, you get better penetration at the cost of alpha damage. Shell velocity, I mean, it's tier 5, but it's actually faster, surprisingly, for AP and APCR. The same speed for high explosive. That's fine. Also reloads faster too. I have a rammer, and that's going for 3.3 seconds on the Panzer IV H. Yeah, 3.38. This thing doesn't have the rammer yet. So it's actually better DPM than the Panzer IV-H. Aim time is about the same, accuracy about the same. Gun depression 10 degrees, 15 elevation, not bad. 60 rounds. It's actually lower in shell capacity than the Panzer IV-H. It carries about 90-ish rounds. 105? Never mind. This thing carries a lot of ammo. A lot of ammo. This doesn't. Not really. It's only 50 compared to... That's not even the same. Also, this thing is terrible in ammo count. Yeah, 48. Doesn't compare with the Turret 3. Turret 3 also sucks ass in ammo count. Yeah. Surprisingly how this thing carries like 100 rounds. 105 rounds, when other ones carry at least like 30 or at max 50, so it doesn't compete. Has no ammo whatsoever. But yeah, horsepower per ton ratio is 22 or so. That's pretty good. 4-man crew, fits all the girls on Panzer crew, other than the radio operator, but top speed of 55, not bad. Reverse of 16, might be better. So put a turbocharger. Yeah, that would be pretty nice. It's relatively fast. Health is average, armor average, but yeah, it's not a bad fast medium tank. It's actually a 5-man crew. You guys lied. What the hell? Oh, come on. Consistency. Proofread. You're missing the radio operator. You're missing Sayori. It's a 5-man crew. It fits all the girls on Panzer crew. So, yeah, Sayori usually miss out when there's no radio operator, but that's fine. So, not bad looking vehicle. It's definitely a Hetzer-esque of a Panzer III. The main difference between a Panzer III turret and a Panzer IV turret is the size. So this is a little bit larger. So it's actually the Panzer III turret, technically. So compare the size from the front. See the width? Compare that to this width. So it's a little bit smaller for the Panzer III turret. But small fun fact, I guess. Camo is also not half bad at about 16%. So horsepower per ton ratio is actually very good with that camo. It is surprisingly fast. Only 16 tons though. It's not weighing that much. The Panzer IV-H is like at least 25 tons or something. How much is the weight? 25 tons. So it's a little bit lighter than the Panzer IV-H, but obviously less armor. Definitely less armor for the whole front. Yeah, less armor for the whole front. Only 40 compared to 80. DPM is not bad. 1900 at tier 5 is very respectable. Very respectable. Especially with better penetration too. So, yeah, this thing has the rammer and it's only going to 1956. So, yeah, DPM with a rammer on this vehicle is pretty decent. Mobility is also decent. Camo is also decent. View range could be better. It's about 350 on average for medium tanks at tier 5, but I don't see any big downside to playing this thing. Not really. It is surprisingly nimble. And put a turbocharger, it goes faster, right? But yeah. Shell velocity is also faster than the standard, which is not bad. Couple that with the new crew skills and you'll be fine. I mean, could carry a little bit more ammo. 60 rounds is still better than the Panzer III K or Panzer IV F2, but yeah, it's no 105 on the on the freaking Panzer IV-H. It carries so much ammo. Also, it doesn't affect the actual ammo rack, I believe, like in War Thunder. So, doesn't compare with War Thunder. Carry too much ammo and become a basic burning ammo rack on a track thing. So, yeah, the War Thunder has a weird system where the more ammo you carry, the more prone you're getting to ammo rack, which does make sense. But yeah, you don't have that many shells of potential damage to go around if you spam too much. It is premium now, but they could remove it, like with the Panzer IV F2. So yeah, this is highly likely going to be this year's well-deserved reward, but I wouldn't mind it. It's actually fast. It's actually decent in comparison to the F2. Yeah, this thing only played like one match, but it's alright. It's not the worst, but it's okay. It's a whatever vehicle. Okay, it's slow. Also, why the hell don't I have turbocharger for all of them? I don't have money. That's the main reason. So you should switch out all the vents for turbocharger if you can, but I thought, yeah, it costs way too much. A tier 5 usually costs about 500,000 credits, and a piece of equipment costs like a quarter of 500,000 credits, or quarter of a million credits. Yeah, it costs 200,000 credits for one piece of equipment. That is nuts. It costs 300,000 credits for a rammer. Basically, fitting all the equipments on, the equipments cost more than the vehicle. So if you put turbocharger, if you put rammer and optics, it's about 700,000 credits. So usually a tier 5 medium tank cost, how much does this thing cost? Go back to the tech tree so I can see and make fun of you. So a tier 5 usually cost about 500,000 credits. 400,000 for the 𝗣𝘇.𝗚. It's almost half the price of full set of equipments at 700,000 credits. So mounting equipments on tier 5s suck. So theoretically you should want turbocharger instead of vents, but I don't have the money to switch. I should switch now, but yeah, you should want rammer, optics, and likely turbocharger. So you could put vents. This is the traditional loadout for prior to equipment 2.0, but don't have the money to switch, so whatever. But yeah, this thing feels slow. 12 horsepower per ton ratio and only 40 kilometers per hour top speed. Yeah, it's compared to 17. Yeah, it's slow. So yeah, that's main reason why this vehicle kind of if. So whatever. But yeah, it's not a bad vehicle. Definitely 22 horsepower per ton is very good, and 55 kilometers per hour top speed also very good. So not a bad gift. Not a bad gift. I would rather choose this vehicle over the F2 if you can, but yeah, it's actually surprisingly decent. Very surprisingly decent. I mean, out of all the well-deserved rewards, Hellcat is alright. It's a tier 7, but it's not a premium, so it doesn't matter. The KV-1SA has the auto reloader. This is fun, so get this if you can, but these two vehicles are fast with a different playstyle, scouting. So the worst choice is likely the F2. The F2 is kind of the black sheep out of the bunch, kind of the garbage in the pack. So you will likely choose this vehicle over the F2. But otherwise, you can choose your tokens based on how much you played the game. So I would say female crews or 3D styles or even the bond equipments. The rest, you can get it if you grind enough, like bonds for bond equipments. But the rare ones are crews and 3D styles. That's practically it. Well, there you go, folks. The Panzer 38K. So 𝗞 38D, but it's pretty fast. I wonder how fast this thing is on Blitz, if they say it. But let's see, 𝗞 38D. Medium tank, firepower, 110 millimeters of pen. DPM sucks. Well, I don't know the actual alpha or meta HP at tier 5, but yeah, compare this DPM to like 1900. Okay, it is a 75 millimeter, slower shell velocity, if that's a thing, but accuracy not bad, 0.32. Aim time is also not bad, but weighs about 19-ish tons. Only 16.8 horsepower per ton ratio on hard terrain and 10 on soft. Yeah, compare this to like 22. This vehicle is so much better than Blitz version. Yeah, so much better. Engine power is a big deal at low tier. So historical reference, installing the L43. It's actually the L48 on PC, but whatever. But on a Hetzer tank destroyer, significant improvements, blah blah blah. It's only blueprint, so okay, but it's a paper tank. Yeah, this vehicle feels good. Likely a tier for tier, I will say at least 6, possibly a 7 for this vehicle, right? DPM is not bad, mobility is not bad, armor, you know what, nobody cares about armor, you'll get blown up. But I would say 6, sometimes 6.5. So faster shell velocity, so a little bit better penetration, especially for gold shell, dealing with tier 7s. And the downside to it is mostly view range. Camo is surprisingly not bad too, right? Camo is also decent. I would say 6, at least, for a rating. But for now, they'll change the premium tank status to a special tank status for well-deserved reward. But otherwise, not a bad vehicle. Well, there you go, folks. Our version of the 𝗞𝗄 38D. So looking forward towards it. It's better than the F2 for now. But as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.